Good evening. Well, I promised Albert this evening he went to work, but when he comes home, I usually fix him something to eat. But I promised him I would do pounded pork chop sandwiches and maybe some French fries or something. So I'm going to show you how I usually do it. For most of you that know me knows I buy 10-pound pork loins and I get them to cut it in pieces like this. And I sort it out. Well, these two bags came up in my rotation, and I've already pounded most of them. And I've got two left because I was going to show you how I do it. But I pound them out to there like this. And I got my flour station over here and all my seasonings. So first of all, I'm going to show you real quick how I do it. For convenience, I take 3 pieces of plastic. I put the flour on one, have one as my seasoning station, and then I got my grease and I'm fixing to start heating it. It's just canola oil in a pan. And I take my mallet and I just take and pound them. And just keep turning them over and pounding them. Pounded till they're pretty much the size of at least a slice of bread. It'll make a good sandwich. And the plastic is optional. You can use whatever you want. You can even clean your counter, use a cutting board. This just makes, to me, it just makes cleanup a lot easier. A little bit noisy, but it's pretty good. So it tastes pretty good. Okay. I'm going to put that in the sink because I'm through with that. I only saved the last two to show you how it looks. Now I'm going to use this piece of plastic. Now I'm going to bring all of this over so you can see that. And I'm going to bring my flour over right here. And I'm going to lay this piece of plastic at the end. Down here. I'm not sure if you can see it. Let me wash my hands before I touch anything else. Okay. Now, while my canola oil's heating up, I want to, and whenever you pound them flat like this, you only have to season one side. Salt it fairly reasonable. If you like salt, if not, use some non-salt. They have a lot of substitutes for salt nowadays, but we happen to like salt. It's not the healthiest thing in the world, but it is what it is. So, alright, I got them all salted. Now we're going to pepper them. And I pepper fairly liberal. I mean, it's nothing too heavy because we don't want it too spicy. Me and Mama doesn't like too much spice. Now in here I have what I call my house blend, and it's just onion powder, garlic powder, not onion salt or garlic salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and a little bit of paprika. So basically that's all it is. And now this you can do fairly liberal because it's not going to hurt it. It's not salty or anything. So, okay. Now, I'm going to set this over. Now, I'm going to move this back since I showed you that. Now, I got my flour station right here. It's just a plastic bag. I got an empty bag over here, the one that I pounded them on. Then I want to take one and just lay it down and you mash it. You want to mash it till it's coated good. This is self-rising flour that I'm using today. And then you want to shake the excess off till it's coated like that. And I just lay it to the side and keep doing it till I got them all done that way. Now, then you can just clean up your mess and throw everything away. But I'm going to take y'all over in just a minute to where I'm frying them at and show you how I want to fry them. Okay. It goes pretty fast. If I wasn't filming for you to see, I mean, I can do this in a couple of minutes. Literally. I could have all of them done and fried almost in about 5 or 10 minutes. Because I've had them thawed out and laid there for a few minutes. So, and I've already pounded most of them, which is quite noisy, but it makes them tender. And it makes, I mean, it's not going to make for a fall apart sandwich, but now another thing I like to do, and I've done it before, is you could take and fry these, and you can do one or two things. You can put it in a light barbecue sauce, and just cover it with barbecue sauce. It's really good fried in barbecue. Or you can take and make a gravy and put them in the gravy. And a lot of people, if I pounded them out a little bit thinner than this, it would be a schnitzel. A schnitzel is either pork cutlet or chicken cutlet or a veal cutlet that's pounded paper thin, literally where you could almost see through it. And I actually thought about doing that today, but I said, well, it's just too much. It's a lot of pounding, and I didn't realize I had laid out quite as many as I laid out. So there's that too. All right, we got 3 more in my oil, and I'm going to move y'all over here so you can see. You just want to make sure they're coated really well, like that. And just lay them in a pile, and it ain't going to hurt them. All right. Okay, got one more. And I've got a plate over here with a paper towel and a fork, and everything is going to go pretty dog blasted fast. Okay. That is my last one. Now, for time's sake, I'm just going to put that there for right this minute. Because my oil is pretty dang blasted hot. And I don't want it to get so hot till it burns up. So let me turn it down a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to try to move y'all over there. As if you'll see, I've already got them in a pile right here, and I'm going to leave them on the counter. Let me see if I can move y'all over here. Let's see, not sure where I can put you. Let's see. Let's see. I think you might be able to see there if you'll stay. All right. Okay. Just want to move them around just a little till you get them browned up pretty. This goes remarkably fast. So I just thought this was something I hadn't done before, and it would make for a good video. Maybe you want to keep them turned so they'll cook evenly. And they're going to shrink a little bit, so as they shrink, you can push them over. And you can get another one right there. As I said before, if you wanted schnitzel, you could pound out beef or veal or chicken or pork and you pound it out. Most of the time, if you've ever eaten in a cafeteria, a little roadside cafe or something, they have schnitzel there and it's usually pounded paper thin. And sometimes they'll call stuff like chicken fried steak and stuff like that. And this oil, since I'm cooking meat in it, I will discard it. I'll let it sit here and I'll let it cool. And then tomorrow, I'll make a gravy and put it in the dog food. Smells really good. My pan's a bit wobbly because I use it a lot. I overlook it. Turn it back up. I got my heat now between medium and high. A little on the higher side because I want to get a little crust on it. And just keep turning them till you get the brown consistency that you like of them. This one is done. I can tell by the way it's stiff. If you see. Then you push that over and get to another one. And you just keep on like that. And see, I could put two in there because the other one's shrunk up. That one's going too. So you just keep moving them around. And you can tell the doneness by poking it, and it'll just be really stiff. We're going to add another one. There we go. Now because this one was so long, we're going to let them, adjust a little bit. You heard my temperature go down. Anytime you add like cool meat to hot grease, it takes your temperature down a minute. So let it catch up just a little bit. It's not going to hurt, but as you can see, they come out beautiful. And they're not heavily battered. It's just a light coating, which may even sometimes, like right there, see how some of it fell off? But it'll still have a nice coating. It's not going to hurt anything at all. And then the way I usually fix ours is I take fresh bread and I spread mayonnaise on it. I mean mustard, I apologize. Mustard, not mayonnaise. And I put a piece of pork on it. And it's really good. Or you can put mayonnaise if you like. So, I usually put mustard on pork. Mustard is good on pork. And I've only got 3 more besides what's in the pan to fry. And I'll be finished frying all of them. And this is how I usually do my pork. I'll go places like Piggly Wiggly or Sam's and buy the whole 10-pound pork loin, the one that's in a long tube like, and I'll get them to slice it however thick you want them to, to slice it. I usually get mine maybe a 1/4 inch, and then I pound it out a little bit. And sometimes parts of your pan is hotter than others, so you just keep moving it around. You just keep turning it over and over so it'll be good and done in time. Last thing you want is half done pork that'll make you sick. But pounding it like this makes it fry extremely fast. You'll be amazed. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. I have 3 more to do, but there again, I showed you that. It looks really good. It's going to make a nice little sandwich. So, but I hope this has been a help and all. Thank you for watching my videos. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.